Level 1. The Recruit. You're from a small town in Buryatia. Population 4,000 people. 2 shops and 1 dream. To one day own a car. Not a good car. A Lada. A used Lada. A used Lada with a cracked windshield and no heating. That's the dream. Then the contract arrives. Serve the motherland. Monthly salary 195,000 rubles. You do the math. That's about $2,000. You've never seen that kind of money. Your wife is already picturing herself behind the wheel of a white Lada. You sign. Your wife waves goodbye from the doorstep. She's not crying. She's on the phone with the dealership. Level 2. The Briefing. Your commander gathers the unit. He has important news. You are not invaders. You are liberators. You will be greeted with flowers. The operation will last 3 days, maybe 5. Bring 1 pair of socks. Someone asks about body armor. The commander laughs. Someone asks about maps. The commander laughs again. Someone asks about food. The commander stops laughing and tells you to find something local. You're handed a rifle that last saw action in 1987, a helmet that doesn't fit, and a printed Google Maps screenshot of a country your commander still calls not a real country. You cross the border. The flowers never arrive. Level 3. The Front. You expected a parade. You got a drone. It's small. It's quiet. It appears from nowhere. Your sergeant says not to worry about drones. This is the last thing your sergeant ever says. You dig a trench. It takes 4 hours. An artillery shell lands 12 meters away, and you dig a new trench. You eat something from a can with no label. It might be buckwheat. It might not be food at all. You don't ask questions anymore. You call home. Your wife asks if the money came through. It did not come through. She's upset about the Lada. You are upset about the drone. But then, a miracle. You find something in an abandoned Ukrainian house, a washing machine, a perfectly good washing machine. You have not done laundry in 6 weeks. Your entire unit smells like a trench because you live in a trench. This machine is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. You spend 4 hours disconnecting it from the wall. You carry it 3 kilometers on your back through active shelling. You load it onto a military truck. You mail it home to your mother in Buryatia with a note that says, "Thinking of you. Glory to Russia." Your mother is confused. She has no running water. Level 4. The Promotion. 3 men from your unit have died. 2 are wounded. 1 simply walked into a forest and was never seen again. You are promoted, not because you are skilled, because you're the only one left who knows how to read. Your new responsibility: lead 12 men into a field that your own artillery already bombed twice, toward positions held by people who have been defending their homes and are, to put it gently, very motivated. You request reinforcements. Command sends you 4 men from a penal colony, one of whom is missing a finger, and a congratulatory letter signed by someone in Moscow who will never visit this field. Level 5. The Wound. It happens fast. One moment you're a soldier of the great Russian Federation. The next moment you're lying in a field outside a Ukrainian village, staring at the sky, thinking about the money. You're evacuated, eventually, after some paperwork. The hospital is understaffed. The bandages are reused. The doctor looks at your leg and says words you don't understand. The nurse looks at your leg and looks away. You lose the leg. The state, grateful for your sacrifice, presents you with a prosthetic. It is wooden. It appears to be older than the war. It may in fact be older than you. It creaks when you walk, which is actually useful, because now people can hear you coming and have time to pretend they weren't ignoring you. Level 6. The Return. You come home. You expect a hero's welcome. You receive a form to fill out in triplicate. The compensation promised for your wound, delayed. The apartment promised for your service, allocated to someone else. The back pay owed since February, under review. But at least you survived, and in Russia, surviving is apparently the problem. Your wife had already told the neighbors she was getting a new white Lada. She was already picturing herself behind the wheel. But then the problem problem became obvious. They give out the Lada when the husband comes home in a coffin, not when he comes home alive. You survived, so no car, no payout either. And now your wife, after bragging to half the street, is left humiliated, disappointed, and furious. Your neighbors see you on the street. They cross to the other side, not because of the leg, because of where you've been, because of what they've read, because of what happened in Bucha, in Mariupol, in Irpin, things you were told not to think about, things that followed you home anyway, things that sit in your chest like shrapnel the doctors didn't bother to remove. The washing machine sits in your mother's house, unconnected, in a village with no running water. Inside it, one uniform, one medal, and a pair of socks you never came back for. Level 7. The realization. You open the state newspaper. There's a story about the brave heroes of the special military operation. There's a photo. It is not you. It is a general. He is smiling. He has both legs. He has a medal. He has an apartment. He has, almost certainly, a car. And it is not a Lada. You file another complaint about your missing payments. The office is closed for a holiday celebrating national unity. You sit down on a chair, carefully because of the leg, and you look out the window at the town you came back to, at the people who don't look at you, at the country that needed you desperately, right up until the moment it didn't. Level 8. The letter. It arrives on a Tuesday, official envelope, government seal. You assume it's about the apartment or the back pay, or perhaps, finally, an acknowledgement that a man who mailed a washing machine through a war zone deserves some kind of recognition. It is not about any of those things. You are hereby notified, the letter says, that in accordance with current mobilization requirements, you are ordered to report for redeployment to the front line within 14 days. You look at the letter. You look at your leg, the wooden one, the one that creaks. You call the military office. You explain the situation. The officer on the phone is very understanding. He says your experience is valuable. He says a leg is not technically a reason for exemption under current regulations. He says there's a bus on Thursday. You ask about the apartment. He hangs up. On Thursday, you get on the bus. You have no choice. You never had a choice. The contract has no end date. The bus fills with men. Some are old. One is on crutches. No one speaks. Somewhere in a recruiting office, a new poster goes up on the wall. Serve the motherland. Generous salary. Career opportunities. Somewhere in a small town, a man reads it. His wife is already thinking about the car. The cycle begins. Glory to Ukraine.
Машинку, блядь, не встигли утащити. Блядь, чим же ж буде стиратись тепер русський Іван? Одна. Вон друга. Металлопластиковая дверь. Ну, что мы тут нашли?
Та-дам! И стоит. Настоящий русский солдат берет ее с собой даже в поле, блин. Даже в бой! Ты, блин, что, снимать не пошли. Слава Украине!